Hello, and welcome to the Gamer's Closet. I'm your host, Douglas Weed, and today we're going to be talking about Chitty Chitty Bang Bang the game. This game was manufactured in 1968 as a roll, spin, and movement game by Milton Bradley. The game runs for about 30 minutes of game time, is rated for 2 to 4 players, and is rated for ages 8 and up. But let's dig into it a little further, shall we? Chitty Chitty Bang Bang the board game was released by Milton Bradley in 1968 and coincided with the release of the motion picture of the same name. The board game doesn't have much to do with the film and takes most of its inspiration from the original Ian Fleming book. If the name Ian Fleming sounds familiar to you, Ian Fleming is the creator of James Bond. In this game, you play as Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, the fabulous car with magic push buttons, and can change from a road car to a hover car to a flying car in the process of playing and winning this fast-moving game. Players control one of the 3 types of cars, bringing them over land, oceans, and mountains for a safe finish to win the game. The game was released in the United States as well as Australia. This game does come with multiple pieces. It comes with a game board with 2 multicolor wheels, comes with a dice, and comes with 12 cars. And the cars come in red, green, blue, and yellow, and each car has a standard car, a hover car, and a flying car. To set up this game, each player chooses a color and takes the 3 corresponding cars of that color. Turn each of the 2 discs on the game board with their magic buttons pointing to the black dot and not pointing to a color. Each player places their first stage playing piece, the road car, on the road car picture over the start. They then place their other 2 cars, the hover car and the flying car, off the board in front of them for future use. Players throw the dice and the highest player goes first, and then play goes clockwise. Players in turn throw the dice and move their road cars the number of spaces shown in the direction of the arrows around the continuous path from the start. More than 1 car can occupy the same space at the same time. The player attempts to turn the disc of the magic button, as I will describe in a moment, and eventually change their car into a hover car, which will enable them to travel to the next stage called the hover track. If you land on a black space and the color on the magic disc matches your color, you can convert your vehicle to the next available level. There are 4 multicolored spaces on the board, which includes blue, green, red, and yellow. If you happen to land on one of these 4 spaces and it matches the color that's on the magic button, you can convert your vehicle as well. When a player's car lands on a black dot while the magic button is pointing to a color other than theirs, they turn the disc to their color, but they cannot convert their car this turn. When a playing piece lands on a colored circle that does not match the magic color button, they cannot change the disc and they cannot move any further. Their turn just ends. If a player is on their color circle, a black circle, or a colored circle which matches the magic button color at the beginning of their turn, they must still take their turn by throwing the dice and moving to another circle, attempting to change their car to a hover car. When a player is successful in converting their car to a hover car, they remove their road car from the board and place their hover car on the hover car picture near the big blue arrow, ready to proceed to the next track around the second stage or the hover track. A player with a hover car travels around the hover track in the same manner as the road car, but now attempts to change their hover car into a flying car and jump to the flying track, the final stage. The flying car track is a common travel path without magic discs, but providing 2 hazards which I will be going over in a moment. The first hazard is the blue circle with spokes. A flying car landing on this space must be removed from the board and replaced with a hover car, placing it back on the hover car picture and traveling again around the hover track. The second hazard is the green circle with spokes. A flying car landing on this green circle must go back to the flying car picture and remains as a flying car, and you start over again. The first player to land on the finish space by exact count is the winner of the game. Well, this has been an overview of Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, the game. This game is a strange game Milton Bradley put out.
It's based on the film, but it doesn't really have a lot to do with the movie. It goes off of more the original Ian Fleming story than anything. It has a very neat system of a rotating spinner of colors, so that way you have to follow a track, so you have to get your car to transform. So it's a different kind of a system for a roll, spin, and movement game. It is very kid friendly. It's very easy to pick up. It has some very nice art on it. So aesthetically, it is a really good game to look at. The game goes online anywhere from about $20 to $40. So it's a little harder to find in places, but for the cost of it, is if you can find it, it's relatively affordable. The game is very kid-friendly. Like I said, it's very easy to pick up. It's a very interesting game if you want to play something really different on a family game night. The game itself is very well built, very easy to play. So if you want to find a strange retro game, this would be a good option for you. Personally, I don't think it's a heavier game or a game that has a lot of replayability over time, because it does kind of work out the same. But for what it is, it's a decent game. If you haven't played Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, I would honestly recommend playing this game. Well, that's it from us here at the Gamer's Closet. We'd like to thank you for checking out our video on Chitty Chitty Bang Bang from Milton Bradley. If there's a game in the future you'd like us to review or go over, please put it in the comments below. Please hit subscribe so that way you can be the first to check out our future content. And as always, please have a great gaming day.